What if I told you that you don't need an MBA from IIM to become a consultant? In this video, we have Krunal from NIT Nagpur who have just cracked one of the world's biggest sales and marketing firms, that too straight from engineering. I'm talking about the ZS Associates. Can you guess the number of cars that are running in your state and the number of teacups that are sold every hour in your city? Hi, I'm Adarsh, and on the channel Pagal Dada, we'll be decoding the journey of ZS Associates. So, Kunal, we can start with your brief intro.
So my name is Krunal Panse and I am from Maharashtra, Chandrapur, Maharashtra. And recently I got placed in ZS Associates, that is consultancy company.
So, Kunal, if we dive into the interview process, what was the process exactly?
Actually, so first was we have eligibility criteria, and the criteria was 7 CGPA and no backlogs, and all BTech branches were allowed in this company.
BTech all.
Yes.
And what about backlog? Like you said, no, only clear backlogs were allowed, or no history of backlog
No,
was the option?
no backlog, no recent backlogs, current backlogs.
No active backlog.
Yeah.
No active backlogs were allowed. So, what was the next process? Like OT, GDPI?
So shortlist was published, and then we had two OAs. First was technical, that was basically aptitude, and the second was communication round. And in communication round, they asked like reading passages, writing essays, speaking and listening. Those skills were tested there.
Comprehensive type.
Yeah.
That was the technical aptitude.
That was online assessment rounds, online OA rounds.
Online assessment. So what was the second round? There were two OAs, right?
Two OAs. First was technical. So there only aptitude questions were asked, and it was a consultancy company, so no core questions were asked. Only questions.
Only English and other things. Okay. So what was the next, like GD or the group discussion, anything?
So
Or directly?
after second round, second OA, there was direct personal interviews, and there were personal interviews. First was technical interview, and second was HR plus technical.
HR plus technical.
Yes.
Achha.
So mainly they asked about my resume and my skills, and also first round was first PI round was mainly based on case study, and it was also called a case study round. So in that case study, they showed me one picture, one data sheet, and asked me to calculate some profit or loss or strategies to build. So I made one plan.
It was on paper?
It was online interview.
Okay, online.
They showed me one sheet, and I just read through it, and then calculate some profit and losses, and then provide one strategy that what can we do to maximize profit.
So can you exactly remember the question and the type of questions that were asked in this series, in the case study?
I don't remember the question, but it was something about cosmetic company, and they had built two or three products, and sales of all three products were given, and I had to calculate which product made maximum sales and why that sales were maximum. So I have
by
to
using some kind of software like Excel or kind of
nothing, simple maths.
Simple math, okay. So what was the next OA? Next VI?
In that way only, after that they asked me about that is guesstimate. So guesstimate, in guesstimate we have to guess the number of whatever they ask. So I was asked about how many teacups are sold in my village every day.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to guess them based on my knowledge about my village or those demographics.
So can you exactly tell how did you approach that question?
Okay, so it was top-down approach. So I knew my village's population. It was about 20,000. So half of 20,000 are women and half of them are men. So generally women don't buy teacups or chai from tapris or stalls. So
Stalls,
they are neglected from that, and then only men are left. And out of that, 50% are working class or something like that. Those who go to stalls and buy tea. And even in that, some people buy twice, some people buy only once a week or twice a week. So after adjusting that, I have to give one number that nearly 800 cups were sold every day in my village. So
every day.
it was my solution, and they accepted it.
Okay. So if we come to the second PI, what was it? Technical plus HR.
Yes. So first they asked. It was personal interview, like offline.
Face to face.
So she first asked me about my personal, like my intro and personal hobbies, वगैरह. And then she asked why you want to join ZS or this consultant background. So I told them that I like data analytics and consultancy and others. And then she moved to my resume, and she asked every bit of my resume, every part of my resume.
Okay.
So there were two projects. She asked about both two projects, and then my hobbies were there, my PORs were there. She asked about everything, and after that, she gave me one puzzle. So the puzzle was how many squares are on a chessboard.
Okay.
Okay, so it was not 64.
Definitely.
So I told her that I don't know the exact formula, so I have to calculate. I have to made up that formula. So she gave me some time. I made that formula and then calculated the number of squares. So it was 204 squares. And then she moved on to guesstimate round. She also asked me about, and she asked that how many tourists visit Delhi every weekend. So here also I use top-down approach that the population of Delhi is this, and then I talked about some factors that these people can go for trips and some people cannot. I like that. I developed one approach and then told my solution. Then she asked me that these whatever I assumed, how much is true? That is that really happen or not? Like I told her that these number of people, like 80% of people, have they don't have job on weekends. So she
They are
asked me,
free basically.
is this real data or just you are assuming it? She asked me like in every aspect. She asked me, is this real data or you are just assuming it? And why are you assuming like that? And after that, she accepted my answer. Okay, and this was then she asked me any question for panel, and I asked her about ZS culture, and she answered me about that, and it was done.
So if we talk about your internship and projects, So what was there about?
So my internship was in core background. So I have done my internship in HPCL Vizag plant.
Achha. So,
So
did they asked about that as well?
she she was she was not interested in my core
Code.
domain actually. So just she asked that how was your experience in internship, not about what I have done in my internship, but experience in my internship, that how you tackled some problem. It was like HR.
HR.
It was not
So
technical.
were there any projects that was regarding management or analytics?
No. That was
No. Okay.
completely core internship, and I just had to go there and read some manuals and
Hmm.
understand what is going on there, because it was very big plant. They can't risk it to me,
Hmm. Hmm.
so it was
Hmm.
just simple task for me. I have to read those documents and understand what is going on.
Hmm. So what were the POs that you have in your resume?
I was ADR, that is Associate Department Representative at that time, and also I had experience in hostel committee also. So
Acha.
I was
So managing the hostel stuff and all.
in hostel. Yeah. So I told her, and I have also co-curriculars, like I play handball, and I
Hmm.
played it to inter NIT level. So I told her
Hmm.
about that also.
Hmm. So Krunal, if we see that you were in core domain in chemical engineering.
Yeah.
Then how did you manage to study both the things? Like for the management company like ZS Associate, Guesstimates, and the case studies are major things that
Mm.
they were asking and they were focusing on.
Yeah.
So like how did you manage to tackle both the things, like core knowledge at the same time to apply for the management company as well?
So I was basically trying for a core company.
Mm,
So I was mostly studying about core, but for aptitude, I had to study aptitude questions.
mm,
So aptitude and my communication is done through my aptitude study, which was done for core only. And
mm.
then when ZS came, then I started studying about case studies and guesstimates.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there are many online platforms which give you
Mm.
those problems, and we have to solve them. So I've done through online platforms only.
So what were the online platforms you use for guesstimates and the case
Just I
studies?
searched about guesstimates, and there are so many online websites.
On YouTube is YouTube itself, right?
On YouTube also, on
Ah,
Google also. There were many.
acha, okay. Mm. So that those were the resources that you used for just to know about the case studies and
Yes,
guesstimates.
case study and
Ah,
guesstimate. For HR,
mm,
uh,
mm,
actually one session was held in our college before
mm,
placement season starts. So it
mm,
was held by our college only, and it was basically about HR thing, like how to
okay.
behave
Ah,
in interview, how to answer in interview, how to be confident in interview. And I attended that session. It was for 7 days, and I attended it fully. So I got some confidence through that.
mm, okay. So if Vishal, there is one final tip that you would like to give to your juniors, what it would be?
So start early actually, because
Mm,
when you start late, like when ZS came, uh, we have to
mm,
rush very much. Like I had to study. I had to study non-core also. I had to study
mm,
guesstimate also. I had to study case studies also, and that was done in very short time, because companies generally give very short time after they come to placement page.
mm,
So I got very short time, and I had to rush. If you don't wanna rush, then start early and start with two domains. Like if you like core and non-core and you are not sure, then start with both. Like if you
mm,
are doing internship in core platform, then try to study non-core also for 1 hour per day or like that. And study basics like Excel, SQL. These are basic platforms. You can study these for any job. So start with them.
So Krunal, one final question. How is NIT Nagpur?
It is
Based
actually very good.
Based on your experience in all the 4 years, how do you feel is NIT Nagpur?
Okay, so when I first came here, the campus was very good, and I was attracted to campus only. And because we thought that we will get IIT Bombay or something like that. We didn't get. But when I came here first time, then I got satisfied with the campus and our other facilities also, like hostels. Our hostels are good. Our mess is good, and then we started studying, like our curriculum start, and then some pressure was put on our back, like we had 75% attendance criteria, so we had to attend almost every class. So it was quite that was some problem, but otherwise it was good.
So Kunal, thank you so much for your time. I guess viewers and juniors will definitely get some idea about the company and the process from this video. Thank you. So as that's the wrap for Kunal's interview experience at ZS Associates. But wait, there were two guesstimates that we talked about earlier. One was number of cars in your state, and the next number of tea cups that are sold in your city. So comment down the approach that how you will solve this problem. Comment down the company and the college that you want to see in the next video. And do check the channel for more such videos. Thanks for watching.